Hey guys, Thomas from Team Soccer also here, coming at you guys with another 5 cards having your trade binder, and this one's going to be a pretty big doozy because I think all 5 of these hits are usually even better than the other 5 cards having your trade binder. So hopefully you guys are excited as much as I am. Now, if this video gets 75 likes, I will do a part 3 in October. My last video I asked for 60 likes, we hit that goal, which was awesome. Hopefully we can hit this one as well. If you're not subscribed, 34% of people who are watching my videos are not subscribed, and I know you want to be subscribed to this goodness, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. I mean, it's literally free. It's not like, you know, you have to sign up for this membership. No, it's free. Subscribe. Almost at 1,800 subscribers. I think we need like 16 more, so that would be awesome. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, like the 5 amazing cards I'm mentioning here, please go in the description below, click that link, and that'll take you to TCG Player, aka using my affiliate code. What that does is whenever you buy anything on TCG Player, remember, not just Yu-Gi-Oh related, some of your proceeds will go into the channel to no additional cost to you. So if your order is like 40 bucks, it's not like it's going to be 42 or 43. It's still going to be 40 exact dollars. It just helps get more money into the channel, and that goes into openings and a lot of other things along with gas, because gas is really expensive, to be honest with you guys. But also consider being a YouTube channel member. I actually have 10 beautiful YouTube channel members. Thank you to each and every one of you. So if you guys want to be a YouTube channel member, I get you invited to a Discord. It helps me out. You get a lot of cool perks. There's even tiers that let you get to choose what type of market watches I get to do. I'm going to be adding one-on-one sessions as well, because I think that's something you guys are going to love. I don't know why I didn't add that beforehand, but that will be coming as well. Also, in the comments section below, let me know what one of your favorite 5 cards have your trade binders. I know this intro is quite long, so I'm just going to get right into it. So the first card I have here is one that I've been mentioning on my market watches, and I'm going to mention it again here because you guys really need to pick this card up, and that is Halqifibrax, aka Crystron Halqifibrax. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys to bring this card is we all know its effect to special summon the tuner, and then it can banish itself as a synchro summon. You know, love Konami just reading the cards they print. Beautiful, beautiful. But this card exists actually, and it is really insane. Now, this card fell out of favor because even if a card is pretty broken like Halqifibrax, where they have to pre-hit like, and by pre-hit I mean ban 3 to 4 cards just to bring it to the TCG, sometimes if the format doesn't let decks make it, the card doesn't become meta. And with Crystron Halqifibrax, while it's always an amazing card, at minimum, it fell out of the meta, but with Sword Soul and other decks coming out, this card is going to sweep back up into the meta, and it is very difficult to get OTS packs in order to pull this because, number one, people are eating up OTS like fine wine. Well, I guess you have to be drinking wine, so I guess they're eating it like Olive Garden breadsticks here, but you know, OTS 16 sold out ever. OTS 17, I know a card store that actually sold out of it in 2 days. And then there's stores that are actually not giving OTS packs anymore because they're not allowed to. They're like, oh, since we're holding tournaments, we can't do that anymore. So it's harder and harder to get OTS packs. So, along with this card, people always expect it to be 150 minimum, and meta relevant ultis, not like droplets and imperm, now are always going to be above 150. Halqifibrax, when it becomes a meta relevant card, especially since it's a card that a lot of people love, not just to play but collectability, it's gonna hop to 150. Now, this card is right now, instead of being $100 minimum, it's about $80, but it quickly goes up to 90 something, and hasn't been holding above 15 listings on TCG Player. This card is teetering on a buyout, and remember guys, if a card like this is teetering on a buyout, you gotta get it, because even if you are thinking to yourselves, well, I'm not gonna play this card, I don't really want to, or oh, that's a lot of money for a card. Well, if you're watching this channel, you're not saying that. You're obviously educated enough to not think that, but you can take this card. Let's say you buy 2 or 3 copies. I'm telling you guys, buy as many copies as you want. This usually I tell you guys 1, 2, 3. The more money you want at this point. And when this card gets bought, it's not going to go under $100. You're easily going to be making a great profit for yourself, even if you don't want to use this card. But if not, hey, card looks beautiful, and ultras are even on the rise, being almost $40. So get your copies while you can. Now, the second card I have here is actually Incantation, and I'm going to have 2 on this, so I guess it's top 6 cards to have in your trade binder. But like to say to get one or the other one of these is pretty idiotic, and this is Incantation, Candle, and Talismandra. Now, you guys are probably wondering why you should get these as super rares, mind you. Well, the reason being is these are probably some of the most broken ritual cards, or ritual support, I should say, that has come out in the TCG in a very long time. If you guys don't know, rituals actually have broken support, like generic cards in there. It's actually, I'm not even talking stuff like Manju, like Prep. If you really think about it, a lot of their search cards are +1s. But let's not digress here. What this does, and I'm going to read off Candle for you guys, is you can reveal a ritual spell from your hand, and that's basically the cost. Is your opponent gets 1 card of information unless you're about to use it. So this information could basically be worthless. But you can reveal a ritual spell in your hand, especially when both this card from your hand and 1 incantation monster from the deck, except itself. So usually with Candle, you're going to be special in Talisman. Talisman, you're going to be special in Candle. You right now have +1 card advantage, and you still have your normal summon. So very, very good here. And even if it ended at this effect, still would have been really good. But they made it even more busted with, if it's Candle that's special from deck, you can add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. It doesn't matter what ritual spell, and Talisman doing a ritual monster, by the way. So it is a completely generic +2 search. You go now. It's only one of them of the +2s is your search, and the other +1 is just a monster on board. Granted, you cannot access the extra deck, but you're playing a ritual deck. Normally, the extra deck is not too much of a problem. In decks like Nekroz, what you can actually do is you can actually special summon. I forgot what his name was, but he's going to be over here. He's pretty good because you can tribute both of them to draw even more. So in Nekroz, this is a must-have, and Nekroz are a fan favorite deck. There's other ritual decks that do this as well, or they need to tribute monsters, or they can use monsters other than going into the extra deck. And even if not, they're just bodies that during the next turn, if your opponent can't get over it, it's something, right? It churns out the deck as well. Worst case scenario, these cards are broken. Now they're $2 each, but you're going to need a playset of both. So you can't just buy out one and not buy out the other. I suggest getting as many as you can here. But because they are $2, and with penny stonks, you do want to get a certain amount. I would probably say get 2 play sets of each. So we're looking at roughly $24 here, because I know these cards will never go any lower, and they will go to the moon, especially since they are the highest rarity. I think with a good ritual deck, they can even go up to $10. So let's say you spend $24 on this, and let's say they go to about $10 here, right? You times 5, quintuple your money here. So 24 times 5, if you guys don't have to do math, that's 120. That's pretty great. That's really good, especially for putting only $24 in. And these cards will move as well, by the way. So get your copies while you can. Now, the third card that I actually have for your 5 cards out of your trade binder is actually Ojama Red. And I know that's very weird, thinking that an Ojama card is going to be worth a lot of money. But Ojamas have always been a fan favorite because, just like Armed Dragons, they're a Chaz specialty. And on this channel, we always Chaz it up. Even me, I don't like GX that much. I actually think it's, well, you know what? I don't want to get disliked just yet. That'll be a video for another time. But point is, I don't even like GX, but I love Chaz and Ojamas and Armed Dragons. They're amazing. And a lot of Ojama cards have been creeping up lately, like Ojama Knight and Ojama Blue, which has recently hit $5 for both its versions. Ojama Red, if you guys don't know what it does, is on normal summon. You can special summon up to 4 Ojamas from your hand. Now, up to is really good because let's say special summon 4, so it's basically an awful card. It says up to 4. It's not like you have to have 4 in your hand. If you have 3, you special summon 4, and if you want, you can make Apollosa. Obviously, Ojamas have a bunch of other plays they're going to make here. But, like, if that's your worst play is making an Apollosa off 1 normal summon, that's pretty good. But regardless, it is also a collector card. I would personally get either the common or the rare, but I would actually gear more towards the common because tournament pack cards are harder to get. And as much as I hate to admit it, some of the 5Ds rares don't look cash money. I'm sorry, they don't. Some of them look like people look at them like, oh, they look old and crusty, but that's because they're a decade old. They kind of looked similar back then. And some of the OTS commons are clean. They're just so beautiful and clean. So I would actually prefer getting the common, but if you want to get original print and common, that's good as well. I think this would go up to a $5 card, just like its counterpart, Ojama Blue. Now, getting to the 4th card on your 5 cards out of your trade binder is Armed Dragon Thunder, level 10, Starlight Rare. Now, these secret rares aren't bad to get either because of how, oh man, they're just so cheap right now. that you could just get them and use them as, I don't know, a cup holder. And it'll probably damage the card, but if you have a really cool cup holder, not cup holder, but a, the name's escaping me, but like a placeholder for your cup. Hey, you could do it. It's only $2-3, and you still have like probably, I don't know, TCG player mod, or not TCG player, Troll Toad mod play at that point. But anywho, the reason why I'm telling you guys to get a Starlight Rare of this is just like Ojama's, this is a fan favorite deck because of Chaz. And getting a Starlight Rare, which comes one every 2 cases, and again, there's more Starlight Rares than that. This card being only $100 to $110 for a Starlight Rare is very, very cheap. Now, mind you, the deck plays max 1 copy, which is kind of unfortunate. It's not like a 3 of, which people thought it was going to be. I read the card and didn't think it. I definitely could tell you it was a collector anime card right from the jump, with the, if it has 1 or more attack, not 100, 1 or more attack, and then 10 more attack. But hey, that's just me reading the card. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players have nothing on me. They can't read, right? But a Starlight Rare this cheap with this amount of collectability is so good for the future, because you can easily see what you put into this card double or triple, since it's a Starlight Rare. And older Starlight Rares will always go up, and collector cards always go up second. Now I say second because meta relevant Starlight Rares will go up more first, but hey, it's still going to go up like crazy because collector cards will always age like wine. If you're looking for a cheap Starlight Rare, I think this is the best cheap Starlight Rare that you could possibly get right now. I would honestly just get a copy. I wouldn't add that much into it, but just 1 copy for the future. Have yourself a good Starlight Rare. It's also a card that can move very easily, so if you're in a pinch, you need some money, or you want to get other cards, this is a card that would move. So get your copies while you can. And the last card I have here is actually called Dark Infinite at Ignister. Now, this card's ridiculous, and this card is going to get bought out within the week. So if you're watching this in a few days or in a week, probably already bought out. Reason being is because, number 1, this is a super from Lightning Overdrive that has less than 40 listings. And to those who know TCG Player well, to have less than 40 listings from a core set recently means the card is either really played, really good, people really love it, or it's got bought out. Or a combination, which at Ignister is. The biggest problem, though, is usually it's a secret or an ultra rare. I don't know what I could compare this to, where a super rare is bought out that from a recent core set, because yes, we don't have, because our last set was Dawn of Majesty and then Lightning Overdrive. We still have a lot of Lightning Overdrive on the market, but less than 40 listings for a super, something's not adding up. And if you guys don't know what this card does, it literally searches at Ignister AI Land. It searches the field spell, and it's a link 1 that's already really, really amazing. If you guys don't know, at Ignister is not only a very fun deck, but it's actually quite good. I wouldn't call it meta relevant yet, but it is a really good deck actually right now in the format. And this card gets you access to the field spell that makes all your plays. This deck lives and dies by its field spell. So the fact that it gets your field spell and activates it from the deck is really, really good. I believe it actually activates it from the deck. Let me actually check that. No, you add it from your deck to your hand. My bad. It doesn't activate straight from the deck. That would have been even better. But it adds it, and then when a Cyberse monster with 2300 original attack activates its effect, you can move this card to your main monster zone this card points to, then you can change it to any attribute until the end of this turn. So attribute changing is relevant at Ignisters, but it also helps you play a bunch of other links, because some links like Charmers, for example, if let's say playing a popular Charmer like Hita when Salamangreat was a big thing, but let's say we're in a format where a Charmer would be good. Usually Charmers need a certain attribute. This card can change its attribute. That's really, really good. There's other reasons why it's also pretty good, but the fact that it moves itself as well, which can help with certain plays in Ignisters, is also really good. For a Link 1, this is probably, when it comes to archetype specific Link 1s, this is probably in the top 5 most busted Link 1s. This card can easily just keep going higher and higher. I would highly suggest grabbing yourself about, I'd say 6 to 9 copies of this card. You do need 3 to play the deck. I mean, I guess you could get away with 2. But it's one of those cards where if you could play 3, you play 3. So I would grab this card while you can. Very cheap for about $2. And it does quickly go up to $4. So get them while you can. Now, if you guys enjoyed this market watch, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. That would be great. Use the affiliate link if you want to buy any of these 5 cards I mentioned. Let me know what your favorite card was in the comment section below. And before I go, I actually do want to say thank you guys so much for supporting the last 5 card saving trade banner. Now, I didn't do one in September. I only did one. And it's not only because of the like goal not getting hit, but I was getting a bit burned out on this series. I was like, because I've just been really, really busy. It's not as much burnout as much as being busy, but it was some burnout. And doing them in October, I don't know if you guys could tell, I really started enjoying them a lot more. Sometimes you need to take a little break, come back to it, and you're pumped. And that's what it is, so I'm really glad to start continuing the series. It is a bit sporadic, but hey, that's just like my upload schedule in my life, right? So, is what it is. And remember, guys, thank you for being a subscriber. I really do mean it. The fact that people decide to subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. And, hopefully one day, if I ever make a decent amount of money on this, I can ease up on my hours and I can actually start doing this part-time. I'm already getting some help from this that I really desperately need, since my beautiful cat Shiba actually needed some help done on her dental. She had a cracked tooth. It was really hurting her, and I ended up paying a lot more money than I thought I would. And I have other expenses too, bills, insurance, all that. And the little bit of money you guys help me out with, which is, I'm not just including my channel members. If you're just watching the video, that helps too. And you guys know I've always done this for fun, and I always loved it. And I would still do it to this day. Let's say the channel gets demonetized the next day. I would still do this YouTube thing full time as much as I can because I love it. But the fact that it can help me a little bit in life as well, and I get to enjoy it, I get to build a community, it just makes me really happy. So if you're subscribed, I just want to say thank you. I know this was a little messy at the end, but hopefully you guys understand my sentiment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.